invade our home or whatever it may be. And when you brought that up to her in a longer clip, you said, who would you call? Her answer was what, Braden?
No one. She wouldn't call anybody. And I was expecting an answer such as she would call a social worker, because a lot of Democrats are calling for social workers. And I was assuming she would say social worker.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to 2A 24/7.
Have to have a difficult job, but we have to have that
All of
fine
them?
life. Oh, I'd say a good majority of them. I
That's
think they are
okay.
heroes in a sense, because they come to your need and they come and help you. Who do we call when we're in trouble and someone has a knife or a gun? We
I wouldn't call the police.
Why wouldn't you call the police?
I don't trust them.
So real quickly, I'm gonna go over a few things that a lot of you probably didn't know about me. Some probably expected this from me, but when I was younger, I had a little bit of a problem. I started drinking and smoking at the age, I want to say 12, and things just kind of slowly but progressively escalated until I want to say I was 21. But I had a really different outlook than I do now as to when I was in my teens versus my early 20s, where I just wanted to drink and party, smoke, do whatever. And along with other things that I did when I was even younger that weren't the best things to do. So I grew up thinking that, here are the cops, here's me, my friends, other people in this world today think the same thing, and they had this line, right? And the difference though between these children today that are against the cops and me back then, it wasn't that I felt like I was against the cops. It was that I knew I was doing something wrong that went against the law. So the difference is nowadays, I don't think people see that line and they don't see where they really are on the side of that line. And that's kind of terrifying. But for me, it was more that I knew I was doing something wrong and that if they saw me doing it, I would get caught. I never thought they were bad people. I never thought they were looking out just to get me, because I knew people like me, at least in that point in time in my life, I would deserve it. And I've had tickets, like you don't want to see how many speeding tickets I've had, but I had a DUI, which was really bad for me. I had only one kid at the time, but being a father and going through something like that, it kind of makes, for me, that was a point to realize that I needed to make a change. So as someone that, I've had some jail time, I've had a lot of probation as a teenager, I've done a lot of stupid things. What this professor has said is ridiculous. Like, who says that they do not want police to help them? She doesn't mention a social worker like the student says that most Democrats mention. She doesn't want a firearm. So are you telling me you want to sacrifice yourself just so you don't have to call the cops or protect yourself? To me, that is the biggest coward in the world. If you think this way, you are a coward. And I hate talking to people like this. Watch my other videos. I talk about being nice.
La-di-da-di-da.
But when you go to this depth of low, when you go to this point of that you don't want violence so bad that you're not going to protect yourselves, that means I don't trust you to protect me if I'm near you. I don't expect you to protect your kids. I don't expect you to protect your loved one or whatever you have in your life. So what are you? Because that's not humanity to me. Humanity to me is, a part of it at least, when you defend yourself, or if you have the will and courage to help protect others. That is a big part of being alive, and that has always been a big part of being alive. Look at our history, we think, oh, it's because of violence, we incite this and that. No, it's because we are humans. It is human nature to fight for what you love, what you believe in. So if your way to fight for what you believe in is doing nothing, then get the f*** out of here. And for those of you who probably assume like I'm just some white boy, right? I've also had people assume I'm native. I've had people assume that I'm black. I've had people assume that I'm Hawaiian, even Samoan. I mean, I'm no Dwayne Johnson, but Samoan. So when you people say, oh, it's because you're white or it's because you're only half of this, that doesn't matter. I've been mistaken for so many different things in my life, or so many different races, sorry about that, that I know there is no systemic racism. Because anytime I've been in trouble, my friend's been in trouble, or anything that I look up and actually do a little bit of studying for, you find out that they had a criminal history. So if a cop pulls me over and looks at my history and sees that DUI and questions me, I'm not gonna get mad at him. I'm not gonna think he's stereotyping me or systemically pointing out what I've done in the past. No, that's not it. That's an investigation, whether it's something small as a traffic stop or an actual investigation with murder or whatever. When you're on the prowl for someone that's done something to that extent, you have to take the facts, which is color, height, size, the way they dress. That's not racist, that's just common sense. So those of you who are on the other side of this and agree with this professor, please just ask yourself, if you have kids and you think the same way as her, are you willing to let them die just to try and attempt to prove a point? In my opinion, you're wrong. On both ends of the spectrum, you are wrong. So that's all I got for you guys today. I apologize for the ranting lately. I know this is a little more hyped up than I usually do it, but I just really can't stand this anymore. Like, what are you guys thinking? What are you thinking? Anyways, if you like the video, make sure that you like the video. If you want to keep updated on future content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.